This is our house. It's a fairly standard Glasgow tenement. Pretty unremarkable in many ways, but when we first moved in there were a lot of things that had been covered up and we had to uncover them. That was a really interesting exercise. This bookcase, for example, when we first moved in there was just a blank wall here, and then the wall went right along to the window. You could see a faint outline of something, but it wasn't clear. But having seen other flats that were similar, I knew there'd be something behind there. And when I chipped away, found a door. Can you imagine how exciting that was? It took a long time to clear away enough of the old plaster to get the door open, and when we did, there was just a brick wall. So what we had to do was build the shelves and make the bookcase, try and make it as it was. Down there was a fireplace which we covered up. I think when the house was first built that would have been, a big feature, but not anymore. That used to be a bed recess when the house was first built. When we first moved in it was just a big empty space, it wasn't used for anything. Used it for storage for a while, and now it's our kitchen. Which I think is how most people who live in these tenements use the space. Took an awful lot of work to get the kitchen in here, because it used to be in the back room. These doors when we moved in were covered in hardboard, so they just looked like plain doors, and I honestly thought they were. What I was planning to do was to go out and buy some period doors, so that they would fit the age of the building. But then I had a wee look and discovered that underneath the hardboard there were these spectacular, traditional, original wooden doors. So happy about that. Every part of the house had secrets to yield. On that piece of wall there in the hall, for example, I took away the wallpaper. There was some original Victorian wallpaper there, which had been hand stencilled and hand printed. It's still under there, just wallpapered over it. So one day somebody's going to take off my wallpaper and they'll find the original Victorian stuff again. So that'll be a wee adventure for someone else. This is the bedroom in our flat. Again, nothing special about it, except that when the house was built, this was the kitchen, and it was the kitchen when I moved in. Up against the window there was a sink. There was a sink there when I moved in, but it wasn't original. The original sinks were big heavy china things. It was just a stainless steel one that was there. That cupboard there was the pantry where people would have kept food. Now there's just clothes and stuff in it. Behind the bed there was a fireplace. That would have been the heart of the home. There was a fireplace here when we moved in, but it was more like a wartime tiled one. Really, really ugly thing. But we got rid of that pretty quickly. And in the process flooded the downstairs neighbours, but that's another story. Behind that partition there's another bed recess. So there was a bed recess in both of the rooms. I think these houses would have slept anything up to about 10 people, maybe more. We don't use it as a bed recess, we just use it for storage. Floor to ceiling junk. Bathroom 2 had some secrets. All this really nice wooden panelling, which is original, was covered up with hardboard. Some truly awful 70s wallpaper. So we uncovered it and painted it. We really, really like it. I think when the house was built it would have been quite a modern house, maybe quite a respectable house, because it had an indoor toilet. Most of the tenements in Glasgow in those days didn't have one. That's our house. As I say, nothing spectacular about it. But it was built to last. It's over 100 years old. And doesn't look like it's going anywhere soon. They knocked down a lot of these traditional sandstone tenements in the 1960s and replaced them with more modern houses. And now we see a lot of the modern ones are getting knocked down. I think this one will be here for a while.